So, Age of Attraction is Netflix's new hit series. I don't know. It's got a season 2 renewal. So, if you can stomach it, we'll make it back. You want to tell us about the concept of the show and why I don't think you were stoked about it?
I got through it.
Spoiler alert, she was suffering through the show. For you guys, for the audience.
It did get better. It did get better a little bit. Yeah, so the premise of the show is there's, I don't know, 12, 16 women, 12 to 16 men. I'm not really sure what the numbers are actually. And they range anywhere in age from 22 to 60. And they kind of just throw them all together in what looks like a camp.
Oh, it was 20 each, actually.
Oh, it was 20 each. Okay,
there
that's
was
a lot
40
more.
total contestants, I'm pretty sure. It was something great.
Okay. So 1 in 20 chance of finding love, right? 5% chance of finding love? No, it's, I don't know how you look at that.
Well, I mean, it's a 0% chance if everyone there is a dude.
Yeah, so they throw them together what looks like a camp in the wilderness. Like it looks like they're in camp. Yeah, and
that's the thing. It's really interesting because like there's very little structure other than like you show up and mingle, and like the only thing is don't tell anyone your age. And like they spoiler again. Look, this is spoiler alerts. We're talking all the way through the whole season. I'm giving like they oh man, I lost track of my thought on that.
They look their age. Is that what you're gonna say?
Oh no, I thought like, oh, you know, like what about people that just are there, like the right age, like not the right, like that aren't that crazy age difference gaps. And then like they did have, you know, spoiler alert, they had a montage of all the like these people are within like 4 years of each other and seem super compatible. We don't care about them. They're garbage. You know, they get their 15 seconds of fame.
I feel like they could have done one or half an episode or something like where are they now? Like they did. They didn't actually do where are they now? I think I googled that after of where every couple was after.
Yeah, they didn't even do that. Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, there's no reunion episode. No. So there was a reunion podcast on Nick and Natalie's podcast or Nick Viall's podcast. He did have like a 3-hour reunion, which I did watch.
This guy and his cross promotions.
Yeah, I just read about it, like where the couples were. But yeah, apparently it was a 3-hour podcast. So
that's
yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, there's that.
That's one way to do it. Well, we shouldn't talk about 3-hour podcast. I think we have no room to talk.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. No, they should, but no, they can do a show. But no, I think like it was nice they showed that like other, you know, age appropriate couples, but boy, the couples are just like the show. I don't know if it's a great.
I understand the premise of the show. It's just, I think, you know, when you're putting 20-something-year-olds and 60-year-olds or 50, like it's a lot. And I think it's one thing if you happen to fall for somebody, like that's totally legit and that happens and that's great. I think it's another thing where some of the guys in particular were like tended to date younger and this is like Candyland for them. Like that to me made it a little like ugh, to watch. So yeah, like there were some couples definitely who I think just fell for someone younger and that's fine. You fall in love with who you love, but it's like if you're seeking someone 30 years younger, like, oh, what are you doing?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a huge supporter of several of the couples that seem to have worked out pretty great. So we'll get into those as we go per couple. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I'm against it as long as everyone's like on board. Because like, I don't know, how is it that much worse than like Temptation Island or whatever, where it's like, hey, like grind all up on these people while they're part. I don't know the premise of Perfect Match, which is what we're going to cover next. Perfect Match is just a bunch of people making out with each other. Like it's like, hey, we almost and then we probably did. And then 3 days later, 3 days, the next day, some dude from Australia shows up. So anyway, like, he's making out with everyone. So I'm like, this is kind of more that's more grotesque to me.
Yeah.
So I have more of a problem with perfect match because it just seems obscene to the like, let's just all be, if you want to be that way, that like you can be guy like and boys. I don't care, man. Like you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge, but like to me, it's kind of gross. And I don't like that they try to pretend that like there's any, I don't know why. Anyway, that's a whole, we're gonna
Yeah.
jump into that. Age of
Yeah.
Attraction, I actually thought some of the people were trying and genuinely sort of
I think so. There were some
might meet.
genuine, yeah, there were some couples that I actually was rooting for. Believe it or not, despite the age difference, there were just others where I just felt very like icky watching them.
Yeah,
So it's kind of a mixed bag. And I think it was to that point, it was more the couples that if they were actively seeking someone younger, where I was like,
yeah, 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 yeah,
theme. So
yeah,
yeah, I think actually most of the couples I was kind of rooting for them to some degree. So
yeah.
yeah. So anyways, they're in the woods together. They go on speed dates, I guess. And then
Yeah.
initially, then they kind of start to pair off. They go on other dates. And when they eventually decide they want to be with somebody, they go to the promise room, which is just a log cabin that they basically I don't
There's also, I
there's no
believe,
budget for this show.
there's
They're
also,
like,
I believe, promise rings.
yeah,
In this whole show, you don't even have to get engaged at the end. The goal isn't even engagement. They're like, do you commit
yeah.
to considering each other?
Do you want a relationship? Well, it's a
Now,
little
here's the
different
thing.
than
I actually support that. None of them, well, spoiler alert, one of them didn't take the note and did propose. So,
when you know, you know. Well, I guess it's different from Love is Blind too, because they also they don't live in the same city. So they're all scattered throughout the country. So somebody's got to move at some point.
I think that's my fundamental problem with it
Yeah.
is like, what are the odds you meet someone from where
Where you're from? Very,
you're
very
from? And all of these people are like, boy, how do I move my life across like, the entirety of the, oh God, I'm like on the West Coast, you're on the East Coast, you have children. Oh, like it's almost as if might be a bad idea. And so like it just is
yeah.
crazy to me that these people are like doing this. And like, yeah, they didn't even do like East Coast, West Coast. Maybe you could do
Oh,
that, right? Do East Coast, West Coast.
I guess in
No,
the United States, good enough.
close enough. Close enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, so I don't disagree with the premise. I actually enjoyed the show more than I thought I would,
Yeah.
mostly because I do think there were some genuine people
Yeah.
that I feel like the ratio of genuine people to disgusting monsters compared to the last season of Love is Blind is so like Love is Blind was
You
so many
are.
more
You're right.
monsters
Yeah, you're right.
versus like people
Yeah.
who actually might kind of want a relationship,
Yeah.
even if it's for very unhealthy reasons and they should
Yeah.
not be doing it,
Yeah.
but they do seem genuine. So there's
There's
that.
just one person in particular that really just
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. But
well,
like, man, come on. If that dude was 30, would you be any less icked out by his behavior?
no, I'd be equally zicked out. I think his behavior is really icky.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
he's a disgusting monster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an age thing, though. I
It's
think
not
that's a him
interesting.
thing.
It's a
I think that's
personality.
a him thing. I think he's a terrible person.
Yeah.
And especially since oof. Oh man, yeah, the reason of the breakup was just mind blowing. So anyway, these are
Yeah.
all teaser clips,
Yeah.
you know, for the shorts for each couple.
But,
Um,
they go to the promise room and then they decide they want to be together, exchange promise rings, and that's when they reveal their ages after they've exchanged the promise rings.
yep,
Um, and then they move in together, I think, for a couple weeks
yep,
and see
yep,
how that goes. And there's a ceremony question mark where they just say they want to stay together or not stay together. And
yeah, yeah.
that's the whole show. Yeah.
And they do meet family and friends,
Yeah.
limited for the
Well,
most
it's like
part.
select family or friends. It's not everybody. It's who chose to come.
Yeah,
Because they don't
yeah,
even know who's
yeah.
showing up for them. So it's like a
Yes,
surprise every
yeah.
time who's
And this show had significantly more protections around like people who like uh didn't have close family on. I feel like there were far more people who didn't have close family on
Yeah.
this. Like this was like, oh, you met my friends,
Yeah.
man. And so it's not that like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot less serious than Love is Blind, which is great. I think
Yeah.
that's a great thing for everybody. Um, Overall, I don't know. What do you think? Watch the show. Don't watch the show. If you had to recommend,
I think if you're looking for something bingeable and you just want to turn your brain off, watch it. It does get better. I really didn't love it the first couple episodes, but it did get better once the couples had formed. Um, and you saw the drafts. Like for me, like I was like
yeah,
actually invested in some of them. So it did improve
yeah,
significantly after the first couple episodes. I will say that. Yeah, I'd say watch it. Give it like a, you're sitting on a snowy day, rainy day at home and just
yeah.
want to throw something on. It's good for that.
As we're in May, when you're in your snowy, I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's like 100. I don't know. So
Yeah, when you can't go outside because it's so hot outside, throw the show
yes,
on.
when you're baking and you had to kick on your generator just to do your television because AI stole your power grid. We're gonna get some clicks. We're gonna get controversial in here. That's what these are for. No, I actually liked it. I really actually kind of enjoyed it, and I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to season 2 a little bit. So as long as they don't go overboard on like getting influencers and like those people as the contestants, as long as they keep it more like real people esque, even.
yeah,
I mean, you can't always get away from like everyone has a
yeah,
podcast, for example. So I think, but I think it's worth. I think it's a fun watch.
yeah,
I had a much easier time watching it and was more invested than Perfect Match, for instance. So I think
yeah,
Perfect Match is a little grosser to me.
yeah.
Um, but we're gonna cover it too. Although I'm pretty invested because hey, it's got my boy Jimmy, it's got
Jimmy.
Marissa, it's got I don't even know because I didn't look
It's
up the
got
cast.
Chris, who we'll talk about.
It's got Chris, which Chris, I'm onto you. I don't know, man. Chris, he's a boy, and I'm kind of like, hey, that's your thing, man, but don't pretend to.
Not be one.
What was who was he with? Leah? Is it Chris and Leah?
I just had it. All right, Leah. We'll go with
God, we're
Leah.
talking about them next, and I freaking don't know their names. That's probably a bad sign, guys.
Let's
Um,
figure it out.
Look, these
You can
shows
win
go
it.
in and out of my head. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
Leah. Yeah,
Yeah, the fact that he was immediately on Perfect Match and is like just deep tonguing Mackenzie like in that first game in the first episode, and I'm like, preview content for that first episode. Hear me describe a hot kiss between Chris and some lady. Also, anyway, we got to get into that. But
yeah,
yeah, that guy jumps right into that. Gross. I don't like it. And I didn't like him from the start. So I think we are ready to jump into couples. So I
yeah.
don't know. Keep a lookout because we're going to be publishing shorts on and little blocks episodes on each of those couples, breaking down all the disaster. Most of it, I feel, is a disaster. So
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd agree.
even
Yeah,
the good ones, even the quote, most of the good outcomes are still questionable on their goodness. Only a few of them do I actually think are okay. That's my
yeah.
spoiler alert for the shorts. So, all right, well, check in next time. I think we're gonna do Andrew and Libby first. I don't know, less controversial than I expected. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
I agree.
I think we'll see. All right, see you then.